Right now, live at 5, imagine keeping your home in great shape, even fixing it up, only to be told to pack up and move. That's exactly what some Parkland mobile homeowners face, what put them in this spot, and what's next. We know the consequences of driving while intoxicated, but what about while flying? What's in store for a Missouri pilot accused of getting behind the yoke drunk and crashing into an area lake? And the search is on for survivors of deadly flooding throughout the mountain communities across Kentucky over the weekend. We'll update what's been a very difficult rescue operation.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Paul Brown. We start tonight with breaking news. Within the last half hour, the Associated Press is reporting a U.S. airstrike has killed al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri in Afghanistan. That strike took place over the weekend. President Biden will address the nation on the matter at 6:30 tonight. We will carry that live here on CBS 3. Turning now to local news, some Douglas County residents are worried they'll soon be homeless as eviction day approaches at their mobile home park. CBS 3's Rob Cole spoke to a homeowner who's packing up her life but doesn't yet know where she and her family will be going.
Well, Paul, I'm here at Country Acres Mobile Home Park in Parkland, just outside of Superior. If you take a look behind me, you can see several trailers. Some are vacant and in a state of disrepair, but some still are occupied by homeowners who may be evicted in the next few days. Douglas County officials say the previous owner didn't pay taxes on the property and created an unsafe living situation for many of the residents here. They claim the previous owner stopped paying for sewage and trash removal for many of the people who live here, so Douglas County took over ownership of the property in June. The county has set a deadline of August 15th when everyone has to be out and move their trailers to a new location. But if they need help, residents can contact the county for assistance until this Friday. We spoke to Jennifer Wickland, a Country Acres resident. Wickland owns her home but doesn't own the land it's sitting on. She's invested both time and money fixing it up over the past few years, but she says due to age and structural condition of her trailer, moving it to a new location is virtually impossible for her to afford.
Well, it's completely devastating. Everything that's been going on, it feels like my heart's being ripped out because now I can't take care of my family properly right now, and it's very stressful.
Wickland says one of her family members is in the middle of a medical crisis and uncertain housing may impact their health. She says there's been rumors and speculations about the eviction, and she knew it was possible at some point since last year. That's shortly after county officials say the property owner did not renew their license to continue to operate the mobile home park. And Wickland says she was recently approved for a Section 8 voucher to help secure housing, but she still doesn't have any concrete plans just yet. Now, according to Wickland, the county let her know on June 23rd that she would have to be out in August.
Okay, thanks, Rob. We are told that the former property owner is Laura Weichert, and we attempted to reach her for comment, but the phone line appears to have been disconnected. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from Douglas County officials who explain why the mobile home park was becoming a safety issue for the county and Parkland. The St. Louis County Attorney's Office is now deciding whether to charge a woman after a hit and run. Last Wednesday's crash in West Duluth left 66-year-old Nancy Waters in the hospital with serious injuries. Duluth police identified the driver as a 77-year-old woman who they have not named yet. Today, police tell us she is not in custody, but they've sent their findings to the county attorney's office. We reached out to them today, hoping to learn if they've made a decision. We didn't get an answer by news time. A spokesperson for the hospital tells us Waters is in critical condition tonight. Charges are expected this week after police say a woman hit several pedestrians in the Central Hillside neighborhood. The crash happened shortly after midnight Saturday. The 3 men hit had minor injuries. Authorities eventually arrested a 29-year-old woman. We still don't know what led up to the crash or if alcohol was involved. A pilot who crashed landed in Sturgeon Lake is behind bars tonight, accused of flying drunk. The Pine County Sheriff's Office responded to a single-engine plane crash on Birchview Road just before 6:30 Friday night. Here's a look at what they found, and you can see the 1945 vintage aircraft's wing saw some pretty bad damage, but the 70-year-old pilot from Missouri was not hurt. Authorities say he seemed intoxicated, so they took him into custody. He is expected to be charged. No other people were hurt, and the crash didn't damage any nearby homes. The FAA removed the plane over the weekend. The agency reports the pilot made an emergency landing to refuel. After he took off again, he hit some trees and crashed. They're still investigating. You might be wondering what the legal limit for flying a plane is. While the FAA says pilots should avoid all alcohol before flying, their requirements say your blood alcohol content must be below 0.04%. That's compared to 0.08 when you're driving a car. They say pilots should also consider the impact a hangover can have. Flooding in Kentucky has now claimed at least 35 lives. Governor Andy Beshear says that number will continue to grow as rescue teams make their way to more hard-hit mountain towns and villages. Amber Philpott has the latest from Hazard, Kentucky.
Washed out roads and bridges are making it very difficult for first responders to access remote areas of eastern Kentucky. In some of those places, the only way out has been by air. The National Guard alone has pulled more than 400 survivors from the floodwaters.
Obviously, we use a lot of our rotary wing helicopters to rescue people to get to areas that are maybe isolated or cut off.
The threat of even more flooding has added new urgency.
If things weren't hard enough on the people of this region, they're getting rain right now. There is severe storm potential today in all of the impacted areas. That is just not right.
Many residents escaped the rising water in boats. Others just swam. This cell phone video shows a man rescuing a family from a nearly submerged house.
We did get hit by the flood pretty hard, but we were fortunate enough to not have any damage to any of our business assets.
Restaurants like Junior's Hibachi and Heinemann have been cooking up hundreds of free meals.
We got electricity, which was, I think Saturday. We just wanted to come out and do something.
Officials remain focused on finding additional survivors. They're also working to restore electricity and make housing available before temperatures rise into the mid-90s later this week. Amber Philpott, CBS News, Hazard, Kentucky.
And coming up tonight at 6, we hear from a Duluth Red Cross volunteer who is in Kentucky following the devastating flooding. Having volunteered for 12 years, including 50 deployments to disasters, we'll hear from him why he keeps stepping up for people he's never even met tonight. It was a very wet Sunday in Chisholm where about 3 inches of rain fell in about an hour. City officials tell us their sewer system was overloaded, which caused some significant flooding on the city's roads. There wasn't any long-term damage, though, to the sewer system, but they say some residents saw flooded basements, which, of course, could take a while to clean up. Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Good to have you back, Dave. And I know we definitely did have some rain in our area, but, of course, nothing like what we're seeing in Kentucky right now.
That's a pretty good point, Paul. Yeah, even Duluth got 0.8 of an inch of rain yesterday. Of course, Chisholm did almost triple that, perhaps even quadruple, pretty close to that. But the weather right now is pretty calm. We take a look at the current temperatures and sky conditions of our region, and we keep in mind that the normal high is 78, and we're all missing that by just a little bit today. Hinckley is close at 77. It's as cool as 67 for Watersmeet and as middle of the road as 75 for our friends in Big Fork. Tomorrow, the heat goes back up. We get into the 80s once again for most of our towns, and that in conjunction with a pair of low-pressure systems will kick up a storm chance. And the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma indicates most of our region will face a slight shot at showers and thunderstorms that could become severe. So we'll have to batten down the hatches and keep an eye to the sky and all those other weather cliches we do when stormy weather comes about. Although I do think things will turn about and change the other way again by Wednesday. So from now until then, it could be a little bit bumpy. Tonight, partly cloudy with clouds slowly on the increase, low temp upper 50s. Tomorrow into the 80s we go with a 60% storm chance region-wide. It starts in the morning for the range and then finishes late in the evening over towards the UP. We'll fill in that timeline with more details coming up in a few more minutes.
Okay, Dave, thank you. Still to come on Live at 5, a play in a week. This week in Ashland, when you can catch Beauty and the Beast, coming up in City by City.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-919-1340. That's 1-800-919-1340 now.
Here at Nicolay Law, we've been really fortunate to have people that have worked here for over a decade, to have people that are friends, to people that are family members, and that transfers over to a unique law firm that wins for our clients because of that unique relationship, that connection, that dedication, that watching each other's back, and that everyone here wants to help each other, and more importantly, wants to help each other's clients.
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from the two harbors tonight. A peaceful evening across the Northland tonight, but rain does return late tomorrow, and Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. A new bus route for those hoping to travel to Duluth, and details about Able to Save Month in Wisconsin. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland city by city. Starting in Ashland, where the Chequamegon Theater Association has teamed up with Prairie Fire Theater for their children's summer theater camp. This summer's show is Beauty and the Beast. 40 students from ages 6 to 16 will spend this week rehearsing their acting, singing, and movement under the direction of 2 professional actors. Performances will be on August 5th at 6:30 p.m. and August the 6th at 1 and 4 p.m. Tickets are available in advance or at the door, and we're going to show you more tomorrow. Moving to Carlton, where Fond du Lac Transit is bringing back an old run. The transit service has reinstated their route to Duluth. Starting today, 3 runs are available to riders. The route is available by appointment, so reach out ahead of time. Transit passes are issued at the FDL Tribal Center in Enterprise Accounting. Masks are required for riders. If you're sick, you are not permitted to ride. Down to Madison now, where Governor Tony Evers announced August as Able to Save Month in Wisconsin to help increase awareness of the benefits of achieving a better life accounts. ABLE accounts are state-run savings programs for eligible people with disabilities. The accounts allow families and individuals to save while maintaining their eligibility for federal public benefits. However, Wisconsin does not offer ABLE plans, but Wisconsinites can apply to any programs that allow outside applicants, including Minnesota and Michigan. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, get out those grills. Tomorrow's National Night Out, where you can celebrate in just a few minutes.
As mentioned just a moment ago, the normal high is 78. Duluth got to 74. At the airport, the record is 97 from 1930. Tomorrow, temperatures will go into the 80s for most regions in conjunction with a pair of low-pressure systems that'll kick up a storm chance. The potential is there for severe weather, and we'll talk about those odds coming up after the break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries including wrongful death, medical malpractice, and nursing home neglect. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Hi, my name is Debbie. I am a Medicare specialist at UCare. I am a people person. People energize me. Seeing their reaction when they hear information, you can tell by their face if they really absorbed it or if they're still a little confused. What is the question you have inside you? There's no wrong question. There's no bad question. Ask it. I'd be happy to answer.
We need some help.
I know. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. And if approved, we can have the money in our account as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
Introducing Diageo by Misty Harbor, the hottest new boat line from a team who's been building pontoons for over 30 years. You'll love our plush, luxurious furniture, vibrant new LED lighting packages, and an amazing amount of dry storage under every bench. Most of all, our boats are known for having the best overall value in the business. The best bang for your buck over any other pontoon boat.
Midsummer in-stock pontoon clearance sale going on now at RJ Sport and Cycle.
Some Douglas County residents are worried they'll be homeless as the eviction process begins shortly at their mobile home park.
August is here and storm chances are lingering. I'll talk about tomorrow's shot.
Tonight at 6 on Live Local CBS 3.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kivakauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
August is here, July. Well, we say farewell to that month, and so let's take a look at the stats recorded at Duluth International Airport. The range of temperatures ran from one morning when it bottomed out at 48 to an afternoon, probably around the 18th where it was as high as 90. Averaged out our departure from normal temperature for the month, 0.2 degrees or 0.2 of a degree cooler than normal. As far as rain goes, just shy of 1/10 of an inch below normal. So no drought this year. And the heat wave, that's in the southern United States. We're holding our own pretty close to normal. This, of course, is within the range of normal climate variability, at least for right now. Some sources are indicating August will come up cooler than normal, but of course, you'll have to keep an eye here and see if that happens or not. Happening in the near future, could be some thunderstorms and some warmer temperatures. That's for tomorrow. But right now at Duluth International, it's becoming a little bit cloudier, and the current temp is 72. The clouds are building in with two low pressure systems that'll combine to bring us a 60% shot for potentially strong showers and storms tomorrow. Back to the here and now. Northwest winds going 8 miles per hour, relative humidity 53%, and air pressure 29.90 inches of mercury, just a hair below the normal, or at least the textbook normal of 29.92. Signs that we had this low pressure system bring all that rain last night and could bring rain to folks in Kentucky tonight, followed by these two lows, which will be affecting our weather in a wetter way. This first one could bring a little bit of rain to northern Minnesota tomorrow morning, maybe some thunderstorms too. It's the second low farther off towards the west, though, that could play catch up late afternoon and evening tomorrow to bring another round region-wide for showers and storms. Right now, let's see what's happening at this moment in our region. And that first low is trying to bring some showers in from the northwest, and they really are just showers right now, and they're being eaten up by a dry atmosphere. So it'll take a while for that to overcome. In fact, I don't think the morning rain chance for northern Minnesota will come till about 4 o'clock in the morning, and that starts at only a 20% shot. At this moment here, we've got some clouds in northern Wisconsin, but no showers. Similar process happening for friends in the UP. So we put the map into motion for our forecast, and there's that first low for tomorrow morning in the range. This is the bigger low that could bring showers and storms to everybody tomorrow afternoon and evening, and could hit hard and hit fast and go away quickly because already high pressure takes over again by Wednesday to bring in some sun. Rain totals, well, if they're right over your town, could be about as juicy as yesterday's with an inch plus possible for many of our locations. Tonight in Minnesota, let's talk about a partly cloudy sky overhead with ground temperatures running about 52 to 60 degrees. For Wisconsin and Michigan, slow buildup of clouds there as well with low temps from 54 to 57. Tomorrow's high temps, Wisconsin, Michigan, back towards summer, 82 to 85 with that 60% chance for afternoon and evening showers and potentially strong storms. Minnesota, some in the morning, some in the afternoon and evening. Lakeside temps 67 to 78, inland number 79 to 86, and all of that followed by calmer conditions come Wednesday, Paul, which could be with us through Friday. maybe by Saturday. That's our next chance for precip, and right now that looks to be a 40% chance for showers.
Okay, I think for those 80s, I'm going to have to pick up a few more fans.
Well, I'm a fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You're a great guy.
I always need to pick up some fans.
Yeah,
okay.
you just have us wave fans at you.
Yes,
double duty.
that would be nice. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Well, nobody around here took home the Mega Millions jackpot, unfortunately, but 2 Minnesotans are $1 million richer. 2 separate $1 million tickets were sold in the state, one at a Holiday gas station in Forest Lake and another at a Casey's General Store in Fridley. Each of the businesses will now get a $5,000 bonus for selling the tickets. Unless the winners decide to come forward, their names will stay private. The $1.3 billion jackpot was sold to a lucky person in Illinois. So far, no winner has come forward. Expect to see dozens of neighborhood block parties around Duluth tomorrow night because it's National Night Out. The annual event is meant to build relationships with communities and their police departments. In Duluth, the festivities will take place from 5 to 9 tomorrow night. There will be celebrations at many local churches, community centers, and homes around the city. Many feature cookouts, music, yard games, and other family-friendly activities. For a full list of National Night Out events in communities all across the Northland, head to our website. Still to come, today is the 15th anniversary of the I-35W bridge collapse. How many bridges have been upgraded across Minnesota since? Next.
My instructors are just always there, whether it's my online classes or on campus. They're just there to answer any questions. It was like a no-brainer for me when I found out just like the full package of what LSC offers. This is where to go.
We've all been there. All of a sudden, your check engine light comes on. Insurance covers your vehicle from accidents, but did you know it doesn't cover expensive breakdowns? If your manufacturer's warranty is expired or is about to run out, you'll be on the hook for unexpected repairs. A broken AC unit costs over $1,800, transmission over $3,000, and an engine over $4,000. Breakdowns used to mean paying thousands out of pocket, until now.
As a mechanic, I always recommend my customers have an auto protection plan. You never know when a breakdown can strike, and you need coverage you can count on. Endurance has been putting money back in Americans' pockets for nearly 2 decades, and their plans are crafted by real auto experts like me. That's why they're the only company I trust.
No matter how many miles your car has, if it's under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered. That means insurance plus Endurance equals total protection. If you break down, just choose the local repair shop you trust. Endurance pays them directly. No complicated paperwork, no checks in the mail. Endurance takes care of all of it for you. Your plan even covers 24/7 roadside assistance. If you break down, Endurance jumps your battery, tows, delivers gas, changes a flat, unlocks your car, and more. Call now and we'll upgrade you to an Endurance Elite membership free with thousands of dollars of benefits at no extra cost. Endurance is the #1 trusted expert in vehicle protection, recommended by Consumer Affairs and highly rated by customers on major review sites. We offer affordable down payments, low monthly plans, flexible terms, and a money-back guarantee. At Endurance, we administer our own plans, meaning no middleman and no runaround.
So don't drive another second without auto protection from the experts at Endurance.
Call 800-518-6729 for a free price quote. That's 800-518-6729.
For your next roofing, window, or bathroom project, don't get caught in a vicious cycle with Bush League contractors. Barrel it up and call your home improvement company today. It's not a stretch to say that your home improvement company is the MVP contractor in Twins territory. Whether your home needs a simple change-up, you're in a pinch for a quick hitter improvement, or you're going for a moonshot remodeling project, your home improvement company is ready to step up to the plate, even if their owner is a bit of a blooper. Hey, I'm just spitballing here.
I am on Big Brother. Smiling for the camera.
Let's go. Welcome to BB Fest.
Now they know who you are.
The hottest event of the summer.
This feels like a dream.
Set the world on fire.
No ticket required.
Nobody knows you're a star.
We're your all-access pass.
You lied to my face. First HOH of the summer.
What's going on and what's going to happen?
It was 15 years ago today when the 35W bridge collapsed into the Mississippi River. 13 people were killed and 145 others injured. Federal safety investigators determined a design flaw was to blame, but the tragedy sparked concern about the nation's failing infrastructure. Caroline Cummings reports on what's changed in the years since the disaster to ensure safety.
The stunning images of a bridge carrying Minnesotans during rush hour crumbling into the Mississippi River are seared into memory. A state investigative report after the tragedy summed it up like this. Lives were shattered by the collapse of the I-35W bridge. So too was confidence in the safety of Minnesota's bridges. 15 years later, a bridge rebuilt and policy changed. Can Minnesotans feel confident in the safety of the state's bridges today?
Yes, absolutely. That's our job number one.
A bipartisan committee at the Minnesota legislature convened, and it contracted with a firm to do an investigation. The findings put the Minnesota Department of Transportation under heavy scrutiny. Ed Ludkin, the state bridge engineer at the agency, worked on figuring out what happened for months after the collapse, working on the scene nearly every day. Protocol, he says, has improved.
Looking at the bridge inspection program, we have better quality control, better quality assurance. We've improved training. We've improved resources for people. We're making sure that every bridge gets inspected every 2 years and poor bridges gets inspected every year.
The Minnesota legislature raised the gas tax in 2008 to boost transportation funding, the first increase like it in 20 years. That supported the Bridge Improvement Program, which directed MnDOT to prioritize deteriorating bridges with the greatest need for fixing. 172 targeted then, all either repaired or replaced by the time the program sunset in 2018. Ludkin says the state has cut down on the number of bridges in poor condition by 2/3 since 2007.
Last 15 years, we've improved tremendously in our bridge inspection program.
Still, the American Society of Civil Engineers gave Minnesota a C grade for bridges in its infrastructure report card this year. 874 bridges identified as in poor condition.
Minnesota is set to get billions of dollars from the federal infrastructure law, including $300 million in new money for bridges alone over 5 years. Experts welcome this investment, but say it still falls short of the needs in future years.
It's only part of the funding picture and story, and so we have to use that and leverage that.
There are 20,000 bridges in this state, and MnDOT is responsible for inspection of all of them. Here in our area, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation has been working with MnDOT to plan the full replacement of the Blotnick Bridge in 2028.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, from the flames in California to the floodwaters in Kentucky, millions of Americans in the path of extreme weather. Plus, off the rails, why freight trains could add to the latest headaches with supply chain issues. And remembering the legacy of two trailblazing Americans who changed the world. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kivakauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Lake RV is proud to provide our customers with the largest RV service facility in northern Wisconsin. With an enormous parts and accessories department and technicians with over 100 years of combined RV service experience, we'll keep you camping all season long. Lake RV, where reputation is everything.
Well, what do we have here? Looks like the new guy picked up lunch. Went with the new DQ Signature Stack Burgers menu. That's nice. A lineup of bold flavors like the Flamethrower Signature Stack Burger and Loaded A1 Signature Stack Burger. It's a total of 5 premium burgers that are anything but boring. So you can make an impression.
Am I going to get reimbursed?
Like a really good impression?
I got it. Lunch is
New guy just became burger guy. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-476-5600. That's 1-800-476-5600 now.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Monday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we heard from a resident of Country Acres Mobile Home Park in Parkland, a community just outside Superior. They're facing homelessness as the county is evicting all residents of the park. Douglas County officials say the previous owner didn't pay taxes on the property and created an unsafe living situation for many of the residents. All people in trailers must be out by August 15th, but help is available through Friday. And tonight at 6, the death toll in the Kentucky floods is over 30 people now. Tonight we hear from a Duluth man who is there helping feed those who have been impacted. He has volunteered with the American Red Cross for 12 years now. Hear why he chooses to give back so much and his encouragement to others to do the same. We'll have that for you tonight. And that is your news at 5 o'clock. The CBS Evening News is next, and we hope to see you back here at 6 o'clock.